Hope everybody's doing well today. Coach got something on his mind. He need to get it off his chest immediately. Um, I've been trying to keep my energy up with giving you guys information concerning different issues or circumstances you may come across with your recruiting. And since, George Floyd being, the injustice that was done to George Floyd, along with the countless others out there, Breonna in Kentucky, and I don't have all the names right now, but I'm just, as they come to me, you'll hear me speak about them. I'm trying to understand exactly what are we doing out here, guys. From Father's Day and all the way through the 4th of July weekend, we've had nothing but folks being killed. And what got me, the first one that really struck me was the fact that there was a 3-year-old young man, 3-year-old kid in Chicago that was killed on Father's Day. There's a video that may be circulating around right now on Facebook where there's a young man that's actually videoing. He has his phone out, videoing a guy walk up on someone and shoot them at point blank range. Then we fast forward to the 23 that was killed here in Atlanta this past weekend. The 8-year-old that was killed while shopping with, the 8-year-old that was killed here, along with the other 23 that was killed. The young man that was killed in Alabama while shopping with his parents, or shopping with I believe it was his mom and his grandmother. Then we turn around, we hear about Ricky Smiley's daughter. She was shot twice. We had another young man, Amani Kildia, and I apologize if I mispronounced the name, was hung from a tree on June 28th. He's a football player up north, I believe in Jersey. I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. Many of you I've coached, and I'm sure that you know that I've always been one who prided itself on giving you the best of me, being a supporter to you even after you left from me coaching you. I saluted you, when you did well in school, and I got on your behind when you was disrespectful or didn't handle your business in the manner which you should have, and you knew you were wrong. All of you already know I don't play with you being disrespectful to your parents. That's just something I can't deal with, because they sacrificed so much for you to get to where you are, to get you to where you want to go, to do things that you want to do, and to make sure that they always have you looking good, keeping your head held high, and making sure that you're not in harm's way. But what bothers me is that when we go out, even though that we're trying to protect you, you're still in harm's way. The biggest game I've tried to teach all of you has been life, because I know that there's many of you I know personally. I know I've reached out to you because either A, there wasn't a male figure in the house, or B, there wasn't a parental figure at all, and grandma and granddad or just grandma was taking care of you. And it hurts so bad to see so many of you passing away over frivolous stuff. I mean, the other day I'm sitting here, preparing, getting information together, and I'm being told that a young man that played on the football team with both of my boys was killed unnecessarily over something that didn't have anything to do with him. Every year since I've gotten out of high school, I've always heard this same sad song, how someone has lost someone in their class. And it's always right before it's time for everybody to report back to college. Before it's time for everyone to report for their first year of college. At some point in time, guys, we got to make a conscious effort, and we have to make a decision to draw a line in the sand and say enough is enough. I'm not trying to understand. I'm not trying to, as a lot of you maybe say, man, you talking about something you don't need to be talking about. Guys, obviously somebody does need to talk about it, because many of you have so much animosity and such a chaotic spirit within that you may need to sit down and share your issues, man. It doesn't hurt for you to talk. No one's going to talk about you. Someone's going to hopefully help you and get you to a point to where you're feeling, at ease and feel a lot better about yourself as well as the circumstances that you're dealing with. Right now, guys, there's so much happening in which we're looking to move forward together. But we have so much divide amongst ourselves to where we're cutting one another down. For the life of me, this 3-year-old young man that got killed on Father's Day, I'm lost. The 8-year-old that got killed with his parents at the mall in Alabama. Why? Why are all these people being killed, around the country? You had, 70 plus people in Chicago? 73 killed in Chicago. Over what? Over what? Guys, in order for us to make things better and for us to continue to move forward, we got to find a way to get all of this anger and hatred out of our systems and be able to cordially sit down and have a conversation and get to the root of the problem. I know many of you are getting ready to report back to school or report to college or get ready to start your first year in elementary school or high school, middle school, wherever you are in life with going to school. I want to leave you with a little bit of advice. Many may not listen, but if this helps one, I'll embrace that victory. Why I say it is because so many refuse to listen. Understand, many of you going to new environments and need to understand that you're the new person on the block that's coming into the fold of what's already existing. Guys and girls, I want you to always be aware of your environment. Know where the exit is whenever you go to any establishment. Know who you're with and be aware of your surroundings. My young kings and queens, know who you're dating. And if there's any underlying situations that may be going on with that person you may like, be willing to understand that if it's something that could hurt you, please be willing to take that grown step and move away from that person. Separate yourself. We got to get back to valuing our lives more so than just looking at life as it's a game. It's not a game. Fellas, this message directly to you. If you're told no by a young lady, don't press the issue. Take your tail on somewhere and respect her decision. Ladies, please, if you're unable to hold your alcohol, put the drinks down and make sure you have that friend that's with you that makes sure you're safe. Ladies, I'm saying this to you because I don't want to see you guys put yourselves in no more situations. I want you to think, ladies, because he's cute doesn't mean you got to stand by and go with the flow. Go with the flow means you know a situation is not right in your conscious mind and you want to go with it anyway. Sometimes you have to step up and say, no, let me move on. I'm saying all of these things to you all because I want to make sure you all are safe and sound and can fulfill your dreams. The 3-year-old young man in Chicago, he'll never be able to fulfill his dream. The 8-year-old young man in Alabama, he'll never be able to fulfill his dream. So many others out there that have been cut down, their lives been cut short, they won't be able to fulfill their dreams. Guys, we got to get get ourselves together. You always hear me talk about, education, recruitment, things of that nature. I just felt compelled to sit down and have this conversation today because so many of you are sitting back right now and wondering what's next. Do yourselves a favor and make sure that what's next is not you. Fellas, understand, let me stop. Young men and women, understand, your hearts get broken in relationships, those that you say you love and you have feelings and care for. But that heart shall mend. Your heart will mend. Move forward. When it's time to cut the cord and let go of someone, let them go. Do not make the situation worse than what it is, because guess what? If something happens to you, they're gone anyway. You're gone. It's time to put an end to all of that and just look at ourselves and understand, you young man, you're handsome. You young queen, you're beautiful. Regardless of what anybody say, hold your heads high. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. Please, guys, quit being hotheads. Use good judgment in everything that you do. All your decisions, use good judgment. If you need to research, if you need to ask additional questions, don't be afraid to ask. Stop being afraid to ask questions, guys. Stop being afraid, because it's time for you to ask those questions. It's time to quit walking around in a fog and not understand exactly what's going on, because you're cheating yourself. Understand, this message is from the heart. From hearing so many of you guys out here that are going through situations and having all these problems and just your lives are being taken away at such young ages, it breaks my heart to see that. Especially with, I deal with I coach youth sports. And, to see young individuals go so quickly and no one knows why, guys, it's time to put the guns down. It's time to put those guns down. Look at what we're doing here, guys. Go find that 3-year-old young man that died from a stray bullet. Go find that 8-year-old young man that died from a stray bullet. Go find those other 23 here in Atlanta that died. Go find those other 73 in Chicago that died. Go find all of those names. Explain to me why did Ricky Smiley's daughter get shot while going to get a hamburger? Not once, but twice to get a hamburger. Why? Guys, it's time to stop, man. It's time for us to really sit down and analyze and really think about what we're doing, not only to ourselves, but to individuals that's around us. But that's enough, guys. I've spoken long enough. And like I said, it's just from the heart. But in order for us to get better, we got to do better. And like I always say, be that one. Be that one and lead.